A popular class of diabetes drugs are finding a new use across the country.
In addition to treating diabetes patients, the weekly medications are also helping people without diabetes lose weight. News 9's Robin Marsh takes a closer look at these costly drugs and why doctors are now prescribing them.
What's the best way to reduce?
It's no secret Americans are fascinated with losing weight.
Starve yourself? Wrong. A half-empty stomach causes hunger tantrums.
And it's nothing new. For decades, your TV has been full of the latest diet trends. But now, a new class of medications have exploded in popularity. And experts say it's likely they're here to stay. Just ask Oklahoma patient Abby Lee.
This seems like it's been the only thing that's really worked for me.
Lee is one of tens of thousands of Americans on a type of medication called GLP-1 agonist, sold under popular brand names that you may have heard of: Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro. The once weekly injectable drug has helped Abby lose 70 pounds.
It wasn't about until 2 or 3 months in that I started to notice weight loss, and then it started coming off fairly quickly.
First approved by the FDA to treat type 2 diabetes patients back in 2005, more doctors are now prescribing these drugs for non-diabetes patients when it comes to weight loss. One Oklahoma doctor, Mark Calorie, says the drug's evolution has been fascinating from the start.
We're really talking about diabetes medicines that came out, and what they realized is that when they were treating people with diabetes, that they were also losing weight.
In the years after they were approved for diabetes, doctors studied the drug's effect on non-diabetics. What they found? People were losing massive amounts of weight.
In the studies, some of them lost, over 20% of their body weight in the course of the, 18-month study or so.
Calorie says the drug stimulates insulin production, slowing down digestion and interacting with hunger receptors in the brain. And because of the results, family medical doctors like Calorie are busier than ever.
We're seeing probably 20, 30, 40% of the patients we see every day are asking about it at some point. And it doesn't even matter what they're there for. They could be there for a cold, and they're like, hey, I've got a friend that's taking this medicine.
Calorie mainly prescribes Wegovy since it's FDA approved for weight loss. But other doctors prescribe the newer and perhaps even more effective medicine Mounjaro off-label, as it's expected for final approval by the FDA later this year. Abby Lee, who owns a wellness center in Sapulpa with her husband, says she tried other weight loss methods first.
Anywhere from like Weight Watchers to HCGs. I would get down and then it'd be hard for me to stay there, and so I'd go back up.
Last year, after 2 C-sections and emergency surgeries, Lee got up to 230 pounds.
I got to a point that I realized that I was tired all of the time. I couldn't play with my kids as much.
Lee talked to her doctor and started on a generic version of Wegovy. Outside of some minor side effects like tiredness and nausea, she started to notice the difference.
When you're on this medication, you're not hungry. And so when you have the urge to eat, you're allowed to ask yourself, am I really hungry, or is it because I'm so used to eating, I just want to snack on something?
The weight then fell off. Dr. Calorie says Lee's success story is one of many across the country. But it's not without risk. Researchers say the drug has led to pancreatitis and thyroid issues in a few cases. And for others, the high price or lack of insurance coverage turns them away from the medicine.
I usually tell people it's going to cost $900 to $1,000 a month if you want to do it.
But for those who do pay, the benefits often outweigh the risk. Lee says she's now able to play more with her children, and some of her other health issues have gone away with the weight loss.
Adults lost on average up to 12 pounds.
It's worked in a way that we haven't seen other drugs on the market work as far as weight loss goes.
Avoid hunger tantrums.
I think we'll be hearing about it for a while.
Robin Marsh, Oklahoma's own News 9.